So say if it works out. Say if it works out where everyone's protected and it's good for you. Would you support Trump?
Sure. I'm open to a better America. I think everyone is. I think everyone wants that.
I'm here because after hearing the news, I didn't know where to pour my frustration. So I just took a train and came here to protest against Donald J. Trump.
Why is that?
Because of his policy in the past, in his first term as president, and because of the actual threat to democracy that that man poses, not just for the United States, but for the whole world. Because when something like that happens in a country that has been in power, such as the United States, the whole world is going to feel that. And we have seen that with the overturning of Roe and Wade, that, thank you Trump, that has developed into anti-abortion movement taking a massive space into the UK.
So are there any policies in particular?
Policies in particular? Oh my god. So what he started... Thank you. So what he started in Afghanistan, for example, that contrary to popular belief, it wasn't a Biden policy, but it actually happened. He started it. And also everything that he's been doing to overturn Obamacare. So denying affordable care to Americans that can't afford it. So yeah.
I've been following the election closely. You know, Trump, he's a very powerful figure. He has been, and now he's in the most powerful position in America. I think the next 4 years are definitely going to be chaos, a lot of violence, a lot of uproar, as seen today in this protest. I think America is in for a very heavy state for sure. There's going to be a lot of turmoil. There's going to be a lot of division. Hopefully America will come together though. Hopefully, I think Trump is going to be in office, unfortunately. I just hope for the best for America. I hope everyone comes together, we find peace, and we come together on issues that matter the most.
As an American student here, I'm kind of surprised that stuff like this would go down. Then again, I have very little knowledge on like foreign stuff or how people think about America outside of it. It's been interesting to see this sort of stuff around London.
Yeah, it's interesting.
These past 2 months.
It's interesting how active even the United Kingdom citizens are on such a foreign election. It's interesting to see how affected people even over an entire ocean are over one person going into power. I mean, it's just great to see, all the voices, the chants, the shouts, and the people trying to move for a better future.
Where are you from?
I am from Chicago.
North Dakota, America.
Chicago is in Illinois. In Illinois for the past, I'm not sure, but at least a decade, it's been consistently blue, consistently Democrat. Kamala Harris did win Illinois. There was no competition in Illinois. North Dakota,
mainly red.
Mainly red.
I think every.
So you guys, what do you guys study?
I'm studying medicine. I hope to be a doctor one day.
Yep. Finance. That's mine.
So you're both against Trump, obviously. Like, is there are there any policies or anything in particular? Like, you have to remember, I'm asking you. You guys are Americans, right?
Right.
So there's the rest of the world. So are there any direct, clear policies that you are really afraid of that will affect your life?
I want to be able to afford things. I want to be able to afford groceries. I want to be able to afford a house one day after college. I want to be able to pay off my student loans. I just hope to afford things in the future, live comfortably, live in a way where I don't have to, pinch pennies for my next meal or, fight for food. I hope to live comfortably and be able to have enough money to the point where I can sustain and provide.
Since 2020, I haven't really been into politics super much. Like, the only way I was re-entered into it was mainly because of him. He's a nut in it.
Yep.
Like, I learned all my stuff through him.
I see.
So,
well, that's how you learn. You learn from each other.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
But obviously, I live in the UK. In America, allies, it's a very big thing. So you're paying a lot of attention. So obviously, there's been a massive like shift.
Yep.
And one of the reasons was that what people were going for was under the Trump administration, everything was cheaper. Everything was cheaper. People
Supposedly,
made more money.
yeah.
So that's why, especially I'm a minority myself, a lot of minorities in America, just we're losing money. They jumped aboard. A lot of people who were Democrats switched to Republicans. So in terms of like the economy, that is one. That's like a basic reason that people go for it. If it makes the money, they'll vote for it.
Yeah.
They don't like funny talk. People really don't care about what else happens as long as they get some money.
And I think it's also that
The economy was working under Trump.
I'm not too sure. However, I know that Americans are extremely upset with inflation and being able to afford things, like I, said earlier. And not all Americans are informed and educated about the economy and inflation. However, they do know that whatever is going on right now isn't working. So they see a change as hopefully being a change for the better. And I think that's maybe a big reason, maybe small, but it's definitely a reason why Trump was elected. They want change. They want to see the country turn for the better. So, yeah.
Well, on paper, it did. On paper, it did when he was in power.
Yeah.
Like the fuel was
Yeah.
cheaper, everything was cheaper. People, there was less taxes, people making more money. There was also, he passed a lot of bills. There's one bill that allowed people to buy life-saving drugs from outside the US. That's been removed. You've seen that film, $1 Million Buyers Club, Dallas?
No idea.
Yeah. That film, the guy gets
It's really
HIV, right?
Yep.
And then obviously he can't afford to do it, so he goes outside, goes to Mexico, whatever, gets the drugs, travels around the world, and saves all these people. So Trump passed a bill which allowed you to do that. So a lot of these things existed. So that's why I think that there's a massive shift. I'm not trying to give an opinion, but this is
No,
So
of course.
it's very interesting to see why people think the economy will be worse. It happened for 4 years, And what happens in the US will affect the UK where I am and everywhere else as well.
Right.
So, like, is there anything else that has influenced you into, like, being against Trump?
I think women rights. Yeah. I think
We were
women.
pretty heated earlier.
I think women rights is a big thing. The whole Project 2025 thing. I think that's a big thing that people pay a lot of attention to, and they're scared. I mean, I'm sorry. Well, abortion. I mean, women's rights in general. With the overturning of Roe v. Wade, Americans saw that this was a possibility. This is something that could happen, and under Trump, I think people see that could happen. So what could happen with Trump?
But on that subject, you also have like the genders. So obviously women who don't want to have a part of that. Right? There are women who don't want to trans women or
Oh, okay, yeah.
coming into their spaces. Like that.
Yeah, okay.
So I think Trump and everyone from that side doesn't want that to happen. So, what are your thoughts on that? Is that going to women's rights?
Yeah, pretty much. I'd say that's the same. I mean, women are scared about women's rights. People looking at transition genders or anything of the sort, LGBTQ, they fear the same thing. They fear their rights being taken away. They fear just a worse society in the future over Trump's rule.
So how do you see your future plan? Next 4 years.
I'm sorry?
How do you guys see your future for the next 4 years?
My future?
It's going to affect you.
Right. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. Policies are policies, but we have to see what's actually being brought into place. Politicians could say so much, hope to do so much, but at the end of the day, it comes down to what they actually do during their presidency.
So say if it works out. Say if it works out where
Great.
everyone's protected and it's good for you.
Great.
Would you support Trump?
Sure. I'm open to a better America. I think everyone is. I think everyone wants that. He can't run again, so you can't.
Can you not?
No, it's only 2 terms.
Even if it's split up?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Oh, right.
It's only
Only
happened
one
once
person did
in the
that.
past. I think it was Grover Cleveland.
No, it's not. It's
Sure.
FDR, I'm pretty sure.